one of the things that I think makes our collaborations work is the fact that we sort of move toward one another in the voice pretty early on. Like it was, as we were writing, it was sort of a conscious choice to find that voice that was somewhere in the middle. Because, and I think my voice has evolved over time since we first started writing. I don't know about yours, because you've kind of had a broad range of things that you wrote in terms of genre, and like your most recent short story collection kind of shows that, because you, as you pull from your entire career, you have some sci-fi, you have some fantasy, and then of course the crime fiction and horror and other things as well. And so for a long time, and you've been writing longer than me, for a long time you've had your voice and you just kind of applied it to wherever you were writing. I think I've been still trying to figure mine out from time to time. And so when we first started writing Enemy Held Near, at the time, and this may still be a part of some of my writing, my prose tended to be a little more flowery and full of symbolism and metaphor and all those kind of things. And you describe yourself as sort of a pulp writer, where you're concise and you're moving yourself through the plot without, your main focus isn't description, your main focus isn't subplots. You got your characters and you got your story, and you're moving through. And so our blended voice kind of sort of picked and chose from all those elements, to where I could tell you changed the way you write a little bit to come to that shared voice, and I kind of moved myself in that direction as well, to sort of come up with what we were doing. So when we look at those three books, or those four books now, we have The Enemy Held Near, which is a haunted house ghost story. We have Yard Full of Bones, which involves some cosmic horror, and then a very strong lean into like crime fiction and mystery. The Hidden Truth is horror, crime fiction, and people have described it as transgressive, where the characters are very much not conforming to the rules of society. And then Room 138, which is a heavier sci-fi book, although we've brought in other elements too. One of the things that I've liked about our collaborations is the fact that it tended to elevate us. So like, and I think both of us have expressed this, where whoever wrote the first chapter, we would look at it and say, "Oh man, I really got to put some work into this so that I match up to what that is." And then whoever started the first chapter would get the second one back and be like, "Oh, they're really bringing their A game. I need to really bring it up for chapter 3." And then it would come back, and you and I would say, "Oh wow, this is really hitting a high level." So all the way through the book, we were kind of pushing each other up to really come up with something unique for the following chapter, and not ever really have one of those chapters where it's like, I'm just going to do a transition here. This is going to be a driving chapter where we go from point A to point B, and then they can handle what happens when you get to the action.